opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cowboys offense taking the field again here, and as you think about Dallas and where they're at right now, it seems like every week recently we're talking about the NFC East not performing well, and the Cowboys and the Eagles battling it out for a subpar record to go to the playoffs and win the division. Of course, Washington, the Giants, way out of it, below 500. But the Cowboys very much in the playoff picture. They came into the season with that Zeke saga. When he signed, he finally signed. They get off to the 3-0 start. People were saying, are they the best team in the NFC? Maybe the best team in the NFL. Well, they've had their struggles since, and a lot of questions about Jason Garrett's future, at least around the fan base in the Metroplex. But if you look to Week 15 when they blew out the Rams 44-21, maybe their most complete performance of the season, and afterwards, a lot of the folks in that area saying if they get that Dallas Cowboys team down the stretch and into the playoffs, rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Prescott. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Browns, Antonio Callaway. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Mayfield, and he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 62 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Mayfield looks to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, As a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. But it's going to be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Christian Kirksey picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to... And look at this, it's a fake. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Following the penalty, Chubb. And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey,
writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. He's having a nice little first half here. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to where we lied.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has got it together. The defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And we focus on Duke Johnson now. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
It's our time.
And they're indeed going. It's Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A first down throw for Prescott. Completes it to Jason Witten. So we've reached half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They go with Chubb on second down. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
54. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They go play action. Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from the 20. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That drive that really increased their...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable that they even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing, Prescott. It's caught, Cooper. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And all the way up to the 31-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with... Two remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. And again, it's Chubb. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Can't believe they let you play.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run it with Elliott. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Dancing to his left. He's going to... Now Mayfield lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Here's Prescott. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Prescott from the gun. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. A tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for him today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlep Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Now Mayfield lost the football. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.